a lot of people ask me, how we started our export business, and on the one hand, it started of its own accord. People just came to us off the web and started buying our software, and so as a result of that, we saw opportunities internationally, and then the question was, how do we get there and how do we do it? And so we learned a lot of stuff along the way. The first one, and I think really the most critical, is to make sure that your home base and your headquarters is well and truly running before investing any time and resources about thinking about putting people internationally. So you want to make sure that the support team is well oiled, the dev team knows what they're doing, your sales locally is all sorted. So you've got a model that you can replicate. And that's the key thing, is taking a model and replicating it and just not letting regions go feral. So get home sorted, understand your business, understand your market, and then think about going international. The second one, and I think this is what we did really, really well, was to build a presence in those markets that we wanted to enter well before really setting foot on soil. So for in the States, as a good example, we had quite a number of customers before we even really thought about putting real people on the ground. In the UK, we spent a ton of time on the phone late at night doing deals, again, before we put a person on the ground. The same thing in Japan, where we had a great distributor who built up a market for us, who actually did deals that gave us a presence in those markets. And so I think really get yourself a base, prove that you're viable in that market without investing a lot of dollars getting there in the first place. Then when you do enter, start small and start really strategically. So choose the location you want, that you're going to get the maximum bang for your buck. So for example, if you're going to be in the UK, don't put yourself in a small town out in the middle of nowhere. Go and place yourself in the center and the heart of business. In the US, it's probably a little bit different. You're going to be 90% of your customers are going to be nowhere near your office. So it doesn't really matter where you place yourselves, but be cognizant of that. Be close to a hub, be able to get on a plane. Plan for travel, plan for how you're going to cover a country. And then basically all you need is two people. You need a great salesperson and a great pre-sales person. So with two people, you can start a region. You can get out there and start doing deals and growing a business. And then once you've achieved that, I think in growing an office, you've really got a plan to have the right person to run that office. And that's often not the first salesperson you hired. It's someone who is not coin operated, but is actually motivated by building businesses, who cares about building a really successful team, about smashing in that region, and has a much broader set of skills than purely sales. And it's that kind of person that's going to make you successful. That's that kind of person who's going to have the same drive and motivation as you have to build a business, but to do it regionally. And then the final point is just get on a plane, spend a ton of time in those locations so that you can help those teams to be successful. And the reality of that, what that really means is that plan your overseas market strategically. Choose the ones that mean the most to you, that you believe that you'll be most successful in, and do one at a time. Don't do them all at once, but just simply focus and spend the resources that you need to do there to be successful.